right, so today, hi everyone, welcome to I think this is my very first live on YouTube. And so today I wanted to do a meetup with the community and talk about hair replacement and hair restoration and just get a poll or a feel for who knows the difference or who might actually this is just a Q&A, but while we're asking and answering questions, I wanted to get a feel for who has an idea or of what is hair replacement, what is hair restoration, and um, how I don't know how to get this thing off. How I can help. For starters, I am Tina. I am a licensed cosmetologist. I revere myself as a hair replacement specialist. I have been creating hair replacement products for 2009, so about, let's see, 2013, 14, 15 years. So I've been a hair replacement, someone who helps women with hair replacement products for over 15 years. I started out creating custom wigs and kind of slowly migrated towards creating hair toupees, hair toppers, whichever you refer to them as. Different people call them different things. When we think about hair replacement, we think about, I think a lot of people consider hair replacement as surgical, maybe sort of invasive procedures, but hair replacement is basically replacing the hair that you've lost. Hair restoration is a different thing. Hair restoration is actually restoring the hair that was lost. So you want to think of it kind of hair replacement is the inauthentic replacement of your hair, meaning it's not growing from your scalp naturally. Hair restoration is when the hair is growing or regrowing from the scalp. And so that's the difference between hair restoration and hair replacement. And I'm just going to have a seat here. And I find that a lot of people don't really know the difference. And that causes a bit of confusion when they start to think about what their options are with finding a solution for hair loss or alopecia. So when you don't know, when you're not sure of what of the difference is, and what hair replacement means and what hair restoration means, it's kind of difficult to find a solution. So that's what we're talking about today. Feel free to drop your comments or questions in the chat, and we will go on from there. So, and I'm sorry, this is my first live, and I'm trying to figure out how to get these things off the screen, but we will continue. So, again, I'm Tina. If you are a subscriber on my channel, you know I am the person who creates the hair units, and I help a lot of women. So, you see me here and you see my models behind me. I it's it's a little different situation. I am a licensed cosmetologist, but I don't work in a salon. I work from home because I create these units, and that's what I do full time. And so I have dedicated myself to helping women by creating these hair units, and I ship them out there. I've shipped units all over the US, a few internationally, and I get a lot of great feedback from women about how easy they are to wear, install, And a little backstory about why I created the units is because if you remember back during the pandemic when salons were closed, beauty supplies were scarce, you know, Amazon was running all over the place, and women were not able to get to their stylists. They were not able to go in person, receive the services. And you have to think about that from a perspective of people who have special needs when it comes to their scalp and their hair. And with salons being closed and women having limited access to products and not really having the skills to do it themselves, there was a need. And so that's when I started creating these hair units and shipped them out to the door, you know. So it's a style in a box, the take it out of the box, install it, very easy to install. And a lot of people were successful. They were successful at using the hair units, installing them. It served the need. It helped them, you know, continue to work and continue to do a lot of different things. Because you have to think, when you have hair loss, or when your hair is compromised in any sort of way, and you still have obligations, you still have to work, you still have to be out in the public eye, you still have to socialize and go out and live your life. You can't do that if you don't have the proper means to cover your thinning, or your, maybe you have bald areas or patches in your hair. It's kind of hard to do that if you don't have the appropriate resources. And so these units have been very helpful with women, specifically people who want a break from wearing wigs. And that was a lot of the feedback that I had, that I received from a lot of women who had worn wigs, and maybe the wigs caused more damage. Because when you wear a wig, of course, it's going to cover the whole head. And say, for instance, you have thinning or balding in the top. So you don't necessarily need coverage around your edges or your sides or your temples. But when you wear a wig and you wear it every day, that could cause more damage to areas that you may previously not have had challenges with. And so there was a need for something, an alternative to wearing a full wig every day. And that's where the hair toppers came in. And that's why women still find them very helpful. And they are able to use them, they're able to maintain them, and they're able to, something outside, they're able to keep them, they're long lasting, they're high quality. And that was the whole purpose behind the idea or the concept. So, back to the question. If you know the difference, and if you just joined, then you maybe didn't hear my definition at the beginning, but I did say what the purpose of, or what the difference is between hair restoration and hair replacement. But I'll say it again. Hair replacement is the temporary or artificial replacement of the hair you may have lost. Hair restoration is when the hair is actually restored and it's regrowing, right? So that's the difference. That's the major difference between the two. So I wanted to get into a little bit about the hair units. You see there are two hair units behind me. And I wanted to, well, I actually have a couple of hair units right here. And I wanted to just do a quick little demo just to show you. I want to show you what the underside of the hair unit looks like, and show you how it's made. And I have quite a few here, and they are a little bit tangled, so bear with me. All right. So I have one that does not have the clips on it, and I have one that does have the clips on it. So the one, so hi, say hi, Anne. So you're in need of hair replacement. Wonderful. So, Anne, if you would like to, so I offer virtual consultations because I do not have a physical salon. So if you want to book a consultation, if you need more information, on my website at stylesontopbeauty.com, you can book a consult Or if you want to look around and see what the collection looks like, what options are available for hair replacement, also on stylesontopbeauty.com, you can find what's available, and the custom options are also available. So if you go out and you don't see what you need and you want to know if you have a style in mind and you want to see if that is a possibility, that is also an option on the site. I also take custom orders on the website as well. So I'll put the, and forgive me, but I need to learn how to use YouTube Live. But the website is stylesontopbeauty.com. So if you want to go there and check out the collection, feel free. And again, you can book a virtual conversation, so a virtual consultation, and we can have more of a conversation about what your needs are. All right, so cool. So now I'm just going to show you what the hair unit looks like on the bottom. So girl, this girl right here, I actually made two like that. So uh, here's one that I want to show you the bottom. So here's the bottom. And so the great thing about this hair unit that is different from a lot of other hair replacement products is that it is breathable. It's breathable. All right. So it's made. The base is custom made as well, and the material that I used to create it is made so that it is breathable, so that air can get through to the scalp. And so that is the one of the unique selling points of the unit, is that it is breathable. And if you know anything about hair replacement wigs, a lot of them, the material for wigs, a lot of wigs, you are able to get air through. Um, a lot of toupees you are not. And sometimes wigs, just depending on the method used to install the wig, you may not be able to get air through. So a lot of people use adhesives or sprays or different things that it has to be attached to your head or your scalp. And sometimes you're not able to get that air through, which, could cause, irritation. It's hot. It makes you sweat. And so the great thing about these units is that it's breathable for one, and then it's removable. So you can take it off every day, every night, which is typical for hair replacement, except in those cases where you have to use adhesives or tapes and things like that, and you have to kind of wear it for a few days before you remove it. I'm not quite sure, but I see the wig units that people like, the full lace units, that you go, and the stylist can install it, and they use the glue or adhesive, and you have to keep it on for a few days. And so the benefit to these partial units, and they are toupees, right? This is not new under the sun. The method or the technique that I use to create mine is new. But just the concept of a toupee or a partial hair unit is not new. Men wear toupees, and women wear toupees, and they're just a partial hair unit, and it is considered hair replacement. But the benefit to this unit is that, number one, again, it's breathable, and number two, it is removable. And so and these are sewn, so they're not glued together, they're sewn, and you can think about it as being long lasting. A lot of my clients have had their very first unit for 2 years, for because I started creating these back in 2019. 2020, really a lot of, people, it picked up, and people like finding the value in it. And so people have their very first unit that they purchased back in 2020. So the quality is there, the durability is there, the convenience is there, and the name of the unit is the 60-second clip and go hair topper. So the concept was that Within 60 seconds, you can clip this on and be done with your whole hairstyling regimen, because it comes already pre-styled and cut and everything. And so all you'll need to do is just snap it into place and blend it with your natural hair and go out the door. So, and you can book a virtual consultation on the website. If you go to stylesontopbeauty.com, and you'll look in the menu and you'll see booking, and under booking you can book a virtual consultation. So you can go right to the website whenever's convenient for you, and you can book there, and we can do a virtual consultation, and you can ask all the questions you need, and we can decide. I can help you decide on the style, or if you look on the website and you already know a style, maybe you just have a few more questions, that's no problem. So just on the website, everything is there. So again, this is one without clips. So let me show you what it looks like with clips already attached. And they all come with clips already attached to the bottom. And all you'll need to do, and I'll even show you how to unsnap or open the clips so that you can install it. So this is the unit without the clips. And some people want them without clips because they want to use tape or adhesive to install. Some people get them sewn down by their stylist or what have you. So some people request not to have clips attached to the bottom. Now this is what it looks like with the clips, right? So there would typically be, based on what size you need, and that's another unique thing. I'm able to create them in different sizes. So if you have widespread hair loss in the top, and you need more coverage, then you can request a larger size. If you only have like a small area that you just need coverage for, maybe you just need length. You might have some thinning here and you need some length to come down forward. Then you can request a smaller size and just request longer length in the front. So that's the beauty of the options, is because you can customize it. You can make it whatever you need. You can customize the style, you can customize the size. Sometimes different colors are available. It just depends on the type of style that you choose, colors, sizes, lengths. If you need a bang going to the left or to the right, that's an option as well. But again, back to the clips. So you can see this is the standard size. So this is a 6 by 7 inch unit, right? So it's 7 inches from front to back, and it's 6 inches across. And you'll see that there are clips all around the unit. So the clips are all around the unit. And what you would do once you were ready to install is, before you install, you would just go around the unit and just open the clips, which you just pop open all around. Now, I always advise everyone to go ahead and section your hair. If you're going to shampoo your hair first, you're going to mold down your sides in the back. And if you have hair on top, you want to decide if you're going to braid it down or if you're going to slick it back. When I wear hair units, I don't braid mine because I'm going to take it off. And sometimes I just like to wear my hair short and then I want it out. But some people choose to braid it down. If you have very thin hair, when you braid it down, it won't be bulky. If you have a lot of hair here, you may have to choose a braid pattern that's going to allow you to wear your hair flat, and then also the clips can slide under, right? So here are the clips. I've gone around the perimeter of the unit and popped all the clips open. I'm going to put it closer so you can see. So all the clips are open. And again, this is the standard size unit here. So what you would do once you pop open all the clips and you've already molded your hair, this is a tag that goes in the back. So this indicates that this is the back, and you have 2 clips in the front. So you're going to position the unit on the head, and you're going to go ahead and slide it under the braid, or if you're just wearing your hair flat, you're going to just slide it under the hair, and then once it's on, you're going to just go around and snap the clips closed. Now I have a mannequin here, and I can show you real quick how it looks if you install it and snap it closed. I'm just going to close them up real quick. And then once you have it installed, you're just gonna go ahead and blend it with your natural hair. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna get my mannequin and I'm gonna show you how it looks to install it. And I think she has braids already, so that's gonna work perfectly. All right, so, and you guys let me know if you can see. I know my camera is kind of low. I'm gonna try to lift this up a little bit. But so the whole concept was to make life easy for you if you're wearing hair replacement, and also to allow you to take the unit off every day, because I know some people receive hair treatments. So your scalp treatments, maybe you have get injections, or different people have different treatments, and you need to have access to your hair, your scalp. And so sometimes when women get hair replacement, they don't have access to their scalp, and that kind of inhibits treatment options, right? So the point and purpose for these units is to provide you with options so that you can still treat your scalp and you can still let your scalp breathe. You can still use your growth oils. You can still clean your scalp, take it off every day, put it back on. And if you have your hair molded down already, it's not going to cause that big of a fuss when you take it off. If it's molded down, you wrap it at night, whatever, you take off your scarf, pop your unit back on, and go. All right, so we're gonna end now. The textures are obviously different, right? I have a curly dark unit here, and her hair is like a natural brown and it's straight. But this is just for the sake of demonstrating to you how to install. And let me bring this down a little bit. In my makeshift studio. All right, so I'm going to bring this down just so you can see me install this unit. All right, so let's turn back here. All right, so we have our mannequin, and this is what I meant when I was talking about a braid. So she has no hair here. So if this is your situation, you can always create a bridge braid. So basically, if you have hair around the sides, you can add a thin little braid around this with using a little bit of braiding hair. You can have someone braid, or if you know how to do it yourself, you can braid a thin braid around the perimeter here. And this is just to create a bridge. And you take the hair and you just bring it across here and kind of circle back and attach the braid to the other side. And that will give you the foundation to connect the unit, right? So we have her bridge braid, and it goes all around the back, as you can see. Okay, so now we're going to use that bridge braid to just install the hair unit. And again, the textures don't match, the color doesn't match, but this is just for the sake of a demonstration. So we have the back here, and the back is going to go, the tag here is going to go in the back. And then we have our two clips in the front, and those are going to go up here. All right, so I always advise everyone to start in the front when you are installing. And then when you are removing it, start in the back. So take it out from the back, install it from the front. So we're going to start in the front, and I am going to slip the combs underneath our bridge braid. And there are two combs in the front, so I'm going to make sure they both clip to the braid. And I always close the combs as I go along. So since I have those in place, I'm going to go ahead and close them. And it's kind of hard on a mannequin, especially one that doesn't have hair. So I'm going to close them. And the reason why I install front to back is because we want to make sure that we have enough coverage in the front. So you don't want to start installing from the back and then you try to snap it up front and it doesn't reach. So I always say start in the front. And these clips are not this hard to close. It's just because she has a bridge braid and it's not a real person. So we got our front clips. Now I'm going to go to the side and clip. All right. So you start in the front, you move to the side, and then you do the back last when you are removing. And the reason why I remove from the back first is because your edges are very fragile and you don't want to start unhooking stuff up here, right? I always start in the back, and that way when you get to the front, you can just gently glide the unit off without pulling your hair or snagging your edges, right? We want to save those. So you can see, thanks, Anne. You can see how it looks. Now imagine if the textures if the textures matched. If we had either a straight unit, it would blend right in with the hair, or if we had curly hair, it would blend right in. So you can see how it looks here. And a lot of people always ask, will it move? Like, are those clips secure? And I can guarantee you that they are secure. I'm picking this up. It came up because of my the bridge braid here. But these clips are very secure. They will not, this unit will not move. It will not move at all. So when those clips are in place, it's not going anywhere. Okay, wind, whatever, what have you. I have some clients who have worn their units in a pool. So they have been able to swim with their hair unit and not had any trouble, any mishaps at all. And so that's pretty much, how to install it. And that's the concept behind the 60-second, because you see with the hair already braided, already cut, already molded, there's not a lot of work to do. You just, if it's already sectioned off properly and the unit is going to fit, that's very important. If the unit is going to fit that section that you have parted off, there's nothing else to do. You're just going to pop it on, blend it in the back and the sides, and go out the door. So that is the beauty behind hair replacement. And so again, a lot of different people define hair replacement as different things. I always think of it as you're just replacing the hair that you maybe lost, or if you don't have a lot of volume in the top and you want a fuller look, if you have wider parts and you can't accomplish or achieve the style that you used to wear. And I have a lot of ladies who always say, I want my hair to look, I want to have the style I used to have, when my hair was healthy. And hair units or partial units can help you do that. Wigs can sometimes, but again, it's just your tolerance with wigs. They're hot, sometimes they're itchy and you can't get to that spot in the back. So sometimes it's good to have a partial unit. And honestly, not wearing a full wig helps some people feel more confident, because sometimes when you have the full wig on, you feel a little insecure about your hair, and it's covered, and you're wondering if everyone else knows that you're wearing a wig, and so it doesn't help you feel as confident as you could be. Whereas when hey, I have most of my hair, it's just not as full. Or I have, just this little problem spot in the top. And I have just a little boost, a little bit of hair to help boost my confidence and make it all look put together. So that is the concept, just restoring confidence, helping women feel the best that they possibly can. And then on top, being able to still treat your hair, still go to the doctor, still, do your little massaging and doing all the things that you can do to stimulate hair growth and to make sure that you are doing everything you can. Because my biggest message to women is, unless you've tried everything, unless you've exhausted all of your options, don't give up on your hair regrowing, because sometimes it's just a matter of figuring out what is causing the hair loss. It can be nutrition, it can be hormonal, it can be stress, it can be, maybe you've damaged your scalp and your hair. You just need to give it a rest so it can revitalize and restore and regrow, because your hair grows in cycles. And you probably know that, but hair growth is a cycle, and your hair just might be in a resting cycle. It might be in a resting phase, and you need to have options that allow your scalp to rest and allow those follicles to be stimulated without being smothered, with products and glues and different things. So you might just need just a little break. And I'm not trying to sell you my hair units. I'm just trying to throw this out here because I know with education, the more information you have, the better choices you can make with which products and which options you choose for you. And there are a ton of options out there. So I just wanted to engage with the community. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and asking questions. That's amazing. And so I will do this more often because I like to connect and I like to find out what information people need, what questions you have, who's following me, and, subscribe to the channel, and how I can bring more value to the channel. So the website is www.stylesontopbeauty.com. Stylesontopbeauty.com. There's a tab in the menu for booking, and you can book a virtual consultation, and we can meet up and talk more about what potential styles you might be interested in, or if you have questions about your hair and scalp, if you have questions about anything hair replacement or hair related. Again, I am a licensed cosmetologist. I am a certified trichologist. And I've been making hair replacement. I was making wigs first, and now I'm making hair toppers, and that's been for the last 15 years. So I am here to help. I am here to answer any questions you might have. Again, stylesontopbeauty.com. I am Tina, and I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching, and I hope to come back very soon. All right, and I hope to hear from you soon. All right, you guys take care.